Hey, Jason, good to see you. We've had a chance to ask all the players how COVID impacted their preparations for the season. Obviously, this thing's been going on for like 6 months now. So when everyone was kind of like sheltering down and their lives were scrambling, how in any way did that impact you?
For a kicking standpoint, it wasn't that bad. It allowed me to, I had more time in the off season. We started later, so it allowed me to get ready with a couple more weeks to spare. The only down part in the off season, that a lot of places were closed, so there wasn't a lot of places for me to train. So I would have to, work my way with that. But I mean, from a kicking standpoint, it kind of helped a little bit.
Alan?
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Wanted to ask you, from a kicker standpoint, did it make much of a difference to you that there were no preseason games this year?
I think it'll help you save your leg for the season. Season's a long grind, but having that maybe one game in the preseason might get you in that game shape that you're not used to. You got to stay warm for about 4 hours, or even longer than that pregame, 5 to 6 hours before. And now we're only getting about an hour and a half, 2 hours at practice.
Cam?
Hey, Jason, have you convinced Danny Crossman to let you throw this time on your trick play of the year?
There's no secrets coming out.
Joe?
I was telling Coach Flo that Austin P was down to their fourth long snapper in the first college football game of the year due to COVID, and he revealed a secret. He said that Mac Hollins is an emergency snapper. I remember Mike Hall used to do it. Do you have a Mac Hollins long snapper scouting report? And can anyone else actually pretty good who's not a lineman?
See, that's the tough part about the whole COVID protocol. I mean, if a guy goes down, you got to go through the protocol to get a guy in. So, I mean, even as a kicker and a punter, you got to know who's going to be there when something happens. So as a player, I don't know who's going to be there. We haven't gone that far yet.
Cam?
Hey, Jason, you just mentioned the fact that the COVID, it makes things uncertain. Obviously, kickers seem to be the most likely option to kind of fill in for each other if something happened to you guys. When's the last time you punted, and how's your punting ability?
We'll mess around every once in a while at practice. I would say that I'd be a good emergency punter. I'm not going to be an NFL punter in the league, but emergency punter, I'll be there.
Joe?
So with 2 years under your belt in the NFL, I'm just curious, how did you assess your second season in comparison to your first?
The first season, it felt like I didn't have as many kicks. Well, I definitely didn't have as many kicks as I did last year. First season, I think, was a rather short year where we didn't back it up very far. But when the second year came around, it was good to see the confidence that Coach Flores and Crossman had in me to throw me out there when we needed 3 points. And reflecting back, I mean, I like as low as my percentage was last year, I liked the things I did. I had a lot of big kicks. It was a slow start, but I had a lot of big kicks and a couple big plays.
Omar?
Jason, what are the areas of improvement you'd like to see from yourself this year?
Just trying to, every kick's going to be the same kick. So if I go out there for a nice little PAT, I want that same mindset, same stroke on the ball going into the 45, 40-yard field goal. I mean, for me, it's all going to stay the same. As long as I keep my mind in the right place, you keep your you keep swinging the way you're swinging, it's all going to work out for itself. So, I mean, I don't treat any kick differently. Every kick in my head's the same kick.
Cam?
Hey, Jason, I know that over the last couple of years, they've made some tweaks to how you do onside kicks and kickoffs in general. How has that impacted how you guys go about that kickoff, I guess, play?
Yeah, every kickoff onside kick is going to be a lot harder. You don't get that running start as you would 2 or 3 years ago. So, I mean, it changes the kicks. It changes what somebody was good at. They can no longer do because it's harder to get the ball back. So, I think having a kicker that can do different variety of onside kicks is going to have that kickoff return team guessing on what's going to happen. And I think that's what might give you an edge on the kickoff team to get that ball back.